Coach Thokozani, thank you very much for your time. Disappointing 3-2 loss here. What were your thoughts on the game?
We were controlling the game. We were playing tactically. We were good. Penetrative, we were good. It's just that we made mistakes that cost us some goals. But we had chances as well to create. I think it was a game of two halves. We had our own first half where we had chances. We controlled the game from start to finish. But second half, we only made those 3 mistakes and they punished us.
Coach, I'm interested in your tactical approach for this game in terms of how did you set up your system and how did you plan to execute it?
Okay, we started with the 4-5-1, but the emphasis was to play triangle play and then catch them on a counter when they unlock our pockets. But we got chances. We should have buried them. If we scored our chances in the first half, the game should have changed into our favor. But we got chances and we didn't finish. So they got chances in our own mistakes and they punished us.
There were times, Coach, where you build up from the back, try to attract them and then play those passes through. But at times they seemed to be able to press you, but you persisted. Didn't you perhaps think at times you needed to change it a bit? Maybe play that long ball and fight for the second ball instead of persisting with the build-up when they were pressing you?
I think our strength is to play the ball on the floor. We don't have an out-and-out striker who can meet Amapola or go emoyeni. So it was going to be difficult for us to go to Swatosha. So our own style of play is penetrative football. So I needed to emphasize that. The only mistake that the players did was to relax when they were pressed high. The only thing we needed to change was the tempo of a combination play. Tempo yokuthi sihlale sibe more quicker. As much as they are pressing us, we need not to change a philosophy. We need to play, put the ball on the floor, keep playing. But the only mistake that we made when they pressed us was to relax. We were more relaxed because they were pressing us and they were catching us on the breaks in our own half. So if we could have upped the tempo a bit when we were playing, it was going to be better because besizokwazi ukuphuma kuma congested spaces.
In the second half, I noted that you indicated to your defense to go to implement a 3-man defense instead of 4.
Yes.
What was the approach now? Why did it change and what was the plan from that moment?
Look, we needed to take a risk because we were already a goal down. So we needed to add 1 striker, Sibe more mobile in terms of up front because our lone striker was a bit sluggish, he was slow. So I added the Ulinda, so Ngimsuse from wing, I'm add as a second striker. And then I add our left back as well to add in because he's got pace. We needed to put pressure on them more because their defense was a bit sloppy. And in terms of recovery, they don't know how to shift in recovery. So we needed to put pressure on them. But unfortunately, the balls didn't go up front. We were busy playing in our own middle field. And it took longer for us to get into their last third.
Coach, lessons that you take from this game going forward?
Confidence. We need to play with confidence. Today, sesamameli pressure a game is consumed, pressure a crowd, umsindo and whatnot. Into sense of errors, but it's part of football. I mean, it's human error. It's not that the team has outplayed. They did not play us. It's just that we made mistakes and was punished now. But the only thing that we need to take from this game is that we need to fix confidence when building from the back. We're never going to stop because that's our philosophy. The only way to play as a football team in modern football, you need to start playing from the back and penetrate because if you don't penetrate, then we don't have a control a game.
Coach, thank you very much for your time and all the best in your upcoming games.
Okay, thank you.